Inclusive Employer Success Story, Iain Fraser. What do you like about your job?
Well, just it's really attuned to my abilities, like a good memory, so I can put everything back in place a lot quicker than most people. And well, I'm prepared for it since I've taken volunteer work on it.
What makes your job a good experience?
The fact that all the staff are really supportive and socialized pretty well, and even if we sometimes fall behind, we always try to not give in to anxiety and still try to push forward till the end. And so even if we don't always finish up on time, we still feel like we came a distance on something.
What are your responsibilities?
Some of my responsibilities include putting dishes away in their proper area, bringing the washer machine down on it so that they get properly sprayed off, scraping hard burns off of the pot. That's putting everything back in their place, as I said. And one other thing is that since to keep the place from getting too crammed, is that we would often get a trolley to put like stuff on and then put away. So it's usually my job to usually ask the waitresses or prep for if they have a free one, or sometimes if I'm in early, I can even help prep with their job as well.
Do you have opportunities to learn new tasks?
Some new tasks I've learned on this job, aside from I'm getting more of an extent on the dishwasher machine itself, has been in learning proper ways of cutting food through times I've helped with prep and baking with a much bigger bowl on a bigger scale, and even to an extent helping the waitresses with some of their busing when they've been short on staff. So I feel like I've been able to work a little bit of every part in the kitchen officially.
How has your supervisor been supportive?
He's given kind words to me that had also had a hint of here's some ways to improve. So being supportive, but at the same time giving constructive criticism, as well as my coworkers giving different techniques to be able to help the job work a bit better.
Any advice for job seekers who have disabilities?
One thing I'd want anyone else searching for work to take out of this is that patience is a key you should always keep in mind. When I first got my interview that day, I didn't get a job. Just someone with more experience beat me to it, and you know what? I was disappointed, just like I'm sure everybody was. But fast forward about 3 weeks later, I get that call back when I get in the house, and I recognize it's the person's voice on the end. It's head chef, and he said to me, he if I can remember that from looking at the resume that if he hired me, we'd have a pretty loyal person on our hands. And months later, I'd say he was right.
Chef Matt Macdonald.
When interviewing Iain, I recognized through the interview that he was keen and attentive and willing to learn, and through the whole time I was emphasizing the challenges, the routines, and all of those things. He interviewed really well, exceptionally well. But to be frank, I had hesitations. My hesitations were that I was building a brand new team, and that with Iain's additional challenges that would have come with him, bringing him on board, I did have trepidation. However, and I think this is to Iain's credit more than anything else, after a really strong interview, he was still on the stack of my desk. And the timing wasn't right, but Iain graciously, and this has never happened before, sent me a handwritten card thanking me for the interview. And no one's ever done that. And I've gone through 1,000 interviews. And it made me stop and think one more time. And then I consulted with the rest of the staff. And basically we said, let's bring him on board. Let's make it happen. Now, all that passed us now. Iain came on board and is now one of our most valuable players. I'm really happy he came on board. He is part of the team. Everyone makes him part of the team. He is hardworking. He's attentive. He's very reliable. And one of the points that I didn't see coming in the beginning, and which makes me really happy going forward, is he is possibly our best trainer. And that's because of his nature. And I didn't see that coming. And now, probably going forward, he will be our trainer for new dishwashers. Now, also with his curiosity and his thirst to learn, he is no longer just a dishwasher. He is now going through a training program as a prep.